Hey there, welcome to WTMK Live, your holistic health and unconventional foodie destination. Who says you can't have cheesecake? That's what we're going to make today. Can you believe it? This is going to be like my best recipe yet. You're going to have to make this one for sure. So in case we have not yet met, my name is Collette. I am a certified integrative nutrition health coach, and I'm super passionate about helping women who are sick and tired of their results in trying to control their blood sugar, control their cravings, release the weight, lower their cholesterol, and just really enjoy their life. So that's what I do, and I absolutely love it. So as you're coming in today, please make sure you say hello. And if you are new, please put new in the comments so I can connect with you. I absolutely love to have new viewers because I've got some really good recipes, and the more people I can share them with, the better I like it. So, hey, Terry, how are you today? Girl, you're going to love this recipe. I know you're doing the vegan thing, and this one is for you. Yay. So today I'm making, obviously, cheesecake. But however, this one is gluten-free. It is dairy-free, and it's super, super yummy. So traditionally, cheesecake, is made with cream cheese and eggs and sugar and all kinds of stuff that is just not good for us. But that's all changed as of now. In fact, let me just give you a little sneak peek of what the end product looks like. Can you believe that? Okay, yum, right? So, and there's no baking. So typically, cheesecake, you have to bake it for like forever and a day in a water bath, and it's just all like really complicated. So today I'm going to be making, it's my remake version of a cheesecake that I loved to eat when I went to the Cheesecake Factory, and that was their white chocolate raspberry cheesecake. I absolutely loved it. So that's what we're making today. So that being said, there's a few little moving pieces to the whole recipe. So let's talk about those moving pieces that I took care of ahead of time. Not that they take very long, because they really don't. And I have a quick tip for you because I had to make some extra raspberry sauce this morning. I did find a really quick tip for that. So let me put you down here on my workstation so you can see a little better what's going on. Let me move this stuff out of the way for just a second. So we said that it was raspberry. So this is raspberry sauce here. And as you can see, it's a really nice, thick raspberry puree. It was super simple to make. I used, because this time of year, fresh raspberries are pretty pricey, and there's really no need to buy fresh raspberries for this recipe, for sure. So what I did was I just bought a 12-ounce bag of the frozen raspberries, and I put them in a saucepan with a quarter cup of water, and I just cooked them down. I guess I must have cooked them maybe for, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, 15 tops, until they were all like broken down and soft. And then what I did was I put them through, I have a really fine sieve, mesh sieve here. I'm dripping water here, but this is what the sieve that I used. I'm sure if I had a food mill, the process would be a lot easier, probably go a lot quicker, but I don't have one. So I used the next best thing, that was that sieve. And you just pour the raspberries right into the sieve and let them, the juices and stuff, drain into a bowl. And then what I did was yesterday, when I did this for the first time, I used a tablespoon, and I just, kind of worked it back and forth over the sieve until all of the pulp and all that good stuff came out of the raspberries and dropped down through the sieve into the bowl, making it to be a nice puree, and leaving there's a couple of seeds still in here, but most of the seeds are not in there because I ran it through that sieve. But today I was doing it again this morning. I thought there's got to be a better way, because it took me about a half an hour to get all of that pulp and everything out of the raspberries. So I thought, So you know what I did? I took my soup ladle and I used the back of my soup ladle, and you know what? It was done in like 10 minutes. So this right here is, it is the 12-ounce bag of frozen raspberries, a quarter cup of water, and 1 tablespoon of honey. That's it. So if you are vegan and you don't use honey, you can certainly use pure maple syrup, or you could put in a drop or two of stevia. But I used 1 tablespoon of honey. So that's our raspberry sauce. Now the second piece to this cheesecake is white chocolate. And you know what? White chocolate isn't chocolate at all. How many of you knew that? How many of you knew that there's 0 chocolate in white chocolate? Who knew, right? White chocolate is actually made from cocoa butter, and traditionally, like in regular white chocolate, when you go to the grocery store to buy it, it has like milk solids and like guar gum and all bunch of other stuff and sugar, of course, that's not good for us. So I made my own, and you can pretty easily get pure cocoa butter. They come in like little wafers in a bag, and you can get them at pretty much any health food store, something like that, or you can get them online. If you are having trouble finding it, let me know. I can give you the link, because I actually purchased mine from Amazon and got them in here because I wanted them real quick. And so the white chocolate is, all that's in here is the cocoa butter and some coconut oil, some vanilla, pure vanilla extract, and a tablespoon of honey. That's it. So, and this, we're going to just munch it up really, really tiny, because we're going to mix this in with our cheesecake, the filling base, so we can have white chocolate raspberry cheesecake. So we're just going to cut this up into little tiny pieces, and you can make this ahead of time, as well as the raspberry sauce. So you can certainly, go get your ingredients today. You can make your raspberry sauce today. You can make your white chocolate today, and then you can make up your cheesecakes on Christmas Eve morning, and they'll be ready to eat for Christmas Eve. Or you could actually just make everything, ahead of time. But there is some freezing time that's involved here. So once you make the chocolate, it has to, because you melt everything in a pot, so you got to put it in the fridge so it'll harden up, and that takes a couple or 3 hours. And of course, the raspberry sauce is warm, so that needs to be chilled as well. But that's all there is to making white chocolate. So super simple. Like, it took me literally, I think it took, about maybe 10 minutes for the cocoa butter to melt, and that was it. Put it in a pan and let it harden up. So that's going to be all ready for us. So now, typically, how are you doing? How's everybody doing good so far? You like white chocolate? Let me see here. I've got some comments here. Boy, I've got a lot of people coming on here today. I'm so thrilled to have you here with me. So typically, cheesecake is made with graham crackers and butter, correct? So graham crackers have, that they are not gluten-free, and even if they are, probably not really great ingredients. So we are going to make our crust out of 2 things that are super, super good and yummy and super healthy for us. So this is dates, and I have 12 dates here because we're going to make 12 little cheesecakes. So that's actually turns out to be, this is 1 cup, but it actually turns out to be 12 dates. So there's actually 1 per person. And then this is 1 cup of just raw walnuts. So what we're going to do is, first thing we're going to do is, let me put this over here so you can see. We're going to give these walnuts a little crunch up. And I'm not going to be able to hear you for a minute. I'm not going to talk for a minute because this is going to be pretty loud. So let's see here. Yesterday I munched these up a little bit too much. I was starting to make like walnut butter. So I don't want to munch them up quite so much this time. You just want them to be like a real fine, like crumbly. Let me give it a couple more little. Yeah, that looks real good. Okay. You know, because you want it to be crumbly, because, you know, we're going to be mashing it with, mashing it down into our cups. So we'll put those in a bowl here, and then we're going to do our dates. And I'm actually using medjool dates. I don't know that you have to do that, although I have priced medjool and regular dates, and they're pretty much the same in price. So we just want to get these munched up as well. Now let's put this on. Oh, that looks good. Okay, so you can see here, we just wanted to get them, you see they're all like little tiny pieces. So now we're going to put the walnuts right back into our bowl here. And we're going to get them all incorporated together. So they're going to come together kind of like into a ball. So they'll be kind of like a dough. So let's do that. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, that's good. What you want, see here, I think I'll do it just a little bit more, but what you want is, you want so that when you squish it, it sticks together. That's what you want. Yesterday when I did it, I had over-processed everything a little bit, and it was kind of very sticky. So let's just give this a little... Oh yeah, this is good. Okay, perfect. So, get rid of this. Oh, you know what? I forgot to take one of my ingredients out of the refrigerator. And the ingredient that's in the refrigerator I have actually never used before. So we're going to find out if it works together. Yeah, I don't need that anymore. So here I have my muffin tin, and I'm going to use, I've sprayed it with coconut oil spray, and what we're doing here is I'm using my cookie scoop so that I have like 1 tablespoon of the this mixture. Oh, this is working out really great. And I'm going to just pop this in to each cup, and we're going to press it down in there really good, you know, like the crust from a cheesecake. Great, huh? And so you see, There's zero gluten here, and walnuts are super, super good for you. They are very high in omega-3 fatty acids, which are super good for you. They're not the EPA or DHA kind that you get from like fish, but they are the ALA variety. But your body needs, both kinds, so it's okay. So omega-3s going in here on the in this dessert, and how wonderful is that? And dates are actually one of the 5 top natural sugars to use to replace refined sugar with, because dates are naturally sweet. So that's why we didn't have to add any kind of sweetener to our crust. But I can tell you it is so delicious. And this is working out so good. I'm excited. So you see, this takes just a little bit of time. This recipe, unlike most of my recipes, because, I like to cook, but I don't like to spend like forever cooking. But this one takes a little bit more prep time. But, I mean, we're talking about Christmas dinner here, and really, how often do you make cheesecake, right? But the good news is that now you can make cheesecake and enjoy it and not feel guilty. I will tell you that this recipe does have more sugar in it than I normally have in my recipes. It also has more carbs in it than my normal recipes do. However, before you beat me up about it, let's talk about it. When you're going to have a special dinner, let's say Christmas dinner, are you not going to cheat? I mean, really, are you not going to cheat? I don't know anybody that is on any kind of a diet that doesn't cheat when it comes to the holidays. So here's the thing. Wouldn't it be better to cheat on something that's not as high in sugar and all that kind of stuff, and with ingredients that are actually good for you, but still be able to have that same taste and enjoy all of the yumminess of having cheesecake? So if your choices were to have a piece of regular cheesecake versus this healthy version, you're not going to be sacrificing anything in the way of taste. And the other thing is, you're going to be having, even though it's a little high in carbs, that's because it's got walnuts and all that kind of stuff. And the fats that are in here are not from milk or milk solids. They're from coconut oil and the fat from walnuts, all of which are super healthy for you. So to me, it makes no sense to cheat on something that is not healthy when I can, add in just a few more grams of carbs and a few more grams of sugar, but using healthy ones, because the healthy sugars, especially like dates and honey, have really wonderful health benefits to them in addition to being sweet. So your sugar won't spike, quite as badly, and you won't feel guilty. You won't have, the crash and burn from eating regular sugar, all that kind of stuff. So it's all great stuff. So how amazing does that look already? So let's make the filling, shall we? And the filling is super easy too. And this is going to come together really fast. But let me go, I forgot, I got to get my can of coconut cream. I knew I was going to forget something, and that was it. I was pretty sure I was going to forget to get that coconut cream out of the fridge, and I did. Okay, so the base of our filling is actually raw cashews, and these you're going to want to soak. You can soak them either overnight and then just drain them and rinse them really good. And then I just let them drain again. Or you can quick soak them, and that is you would put them in a bowl and cover them with boiling hot water and let them sit for an hour, and then you can drain and rinse them. So that's the quick version of soaking them. So we're going to add these to our blender. And to that, we're going to add, this is a 1/4 cup of fresh squeezed lemon juice. And this is 1/3 of a cup. Let me pick this up so you can see my blender a little better. It's 1/3 of a cup of coconut oil that I've melted down. And this is 1/3 of a cup of raw honey. And you can see how thick raw honey is. Raw honey is not thin like, you know, the regular honey that you get in the you know, the bear shaped bottles. Raw honey is very thick because it's unfiltered. It's got all its great nutrients still in it, and that's what you want, because honey, first of all, tastes really yummy. Second of all, super good for you. Why do you soak the cashews? That's a great question, Ellen. The reason that you soak the cashews is, excuse me, because there are some anti-nutrients in cashews and you want to release them. Plus, what you're doing is you are softening them up some so that they'll